Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna be telling you a story of health and income in the UK. But first of all, I want to test your knowledge. Yes, this is a really quick question. You have here four options, and the question is, what is the median income in the UK before taxes? So as a reminder, the median is the value of the 50%. So tell me, or what do you think is the the salary, the income that a person receives, or 50% is below, and the 50% is above that number in the UK? You can put in the chat A, B, C, or D. So let's see. Any thoughts about this?
I vote for B.
B, B. Okay, let's start to check. Let's see. Let's because this is interesting. Definitely, it's not 900. This is the 35 percentile. So for those ones that are thinking also that there is D, 33,000 is not this one. So this is the 70 percentile. So now we have only two options, and 28,400 is not as well. So 24,400 pounds is the median income. So 50% of the UK is earning above that, and 50% are earning below this value. So congratulations to those ones that got it right. And why am I talking about income? Well, the thing is that during early this year, during the first lockdown, I read a book that I really love it. And I think it's now one of my favorites. It's called Factfulness by Hans Rosling. And I love this book because it's just so inspiring. And it talks about the current state of the world in social demographics and also about income. And I really recommend to everyone to read because it talks about data, but also about how to make meaningful sense of that data. And one of the main things that, or main visualizations that he presents, is the idea of how different countries have different incomes, and also by that, the relationship that have on health. So in here, this is one of the main data visualizations that he uses through the book. And you can see in here all the countries represented in here by different income levels and also by different lifespans. That is the life expectancy of each country. You can see here right on the top right, that is the healthy and rich countries that, let's say for in here the UK is in here, and mostly of the European countries are also in here. Then you go down below, and for example, you can see here Mexico, my country of origin. And then if you go down below, you can find the poorest and also the not so healthy countries, that many of the countries that are in Africa. And the reason that he emphasized a lot in this book is that there is no more that division of developed and underdeveloped countries, that we need to see the countries as these four different income of levels. And this is because there is a really big relationship of the living style between these different income of levels. So for example, in the UK, we are mostly in level 4. So you will see people drinking water from the tap, commuting by a car, and having a spare to sleep, a spare bed to sleep. So this is a really common thing of a level 4. And as you go down below levels, the health conditions and the living conditions are quite different. And obviously, in terms of distribution of people, there are 1 billion of people in this level 4, but unfortunately, there is also 1 billion of people living in the lowest level. And also, one of the big things that he says is that there is no more that that once in the UK, for example, not all the people live in level 4. There are people that live in different levels. And this is one of my questions that I wanted to investigate. I wanted to research what is the differences between the different areas of the UK about their income and also the life expectancy. So I took the data from the Office of National Statistics. I went through it and I researched that they have really good granular data about the income across all the UK, and also about the income, about the age, the life expectancy of all across the UK. So with all of these two data sets, I put them together, and after battling at some point with the different regions that sometimes these maps have and these data have. So after a little bit of battling with them, then I went to create this dashboard. So this visualization is basically a replica of what we saw in the first one, that we have the income in one axis, and then we have also the life expectancy in another one. And in here, you can see that, for example, the shade of the color to be how north or how south is each of the countries. And you can see here that many of these, many of the areas in London are quite above here, while the areas are here less, with less contrast. You will see that there are many in the north, which points me that in general, the southern that you go in the UK, the more, the higher the incomes and the higher the life expectancy, the healthy is the population. And it was quite shocking that I wanted to just isolate these two pockets of regions of how different is London if we compare the north of England. So you can see that, for example, Westminster or the City of London, that the people that live in Richmond, they have almost even twice the salary, twice the income as people in the north, like, for example, Blackpool or Middlesbrough. And also that is reflected in the life expectancy. Like, there is almost a 10-year difference of life expectancy between these two different regions, despite that they are in the same country. And even more of a recent thought on this is that how, for example, COVID will impact the population in the north, which are less healthy and also with less income. Something to think about this pandemic. So yeah, this was about me. You can find this dashboard that I put in Tableau. You can find it in my website. I put in here speakthedata.com, the link to the website, and also the full article that I explain more about this job and this work that I did and that I publish in other platforms. So yeah, you can also contact me LinkedIn if you find some. I'm doing a lot of talks around, so really happy to network with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eduardo. That was really fascinating. And as soon as you mentioned factfulness, the chat just exploded with love for this book. So I think you're not alone there. We actually read it at TrueQ as part of our book group. So yeah, just I guess a quick question around your research while they're coming into the Q&A. I was wondering whether you've tied in more detail the current COVID situation with what you found about the disparity between the North and the South. Have you found that hypothesis reflected in the data?
Yeah, one of my original analysis was to see how different is the UK, and I feel that was in the first lockdown when I have a lot of time. But now that we are on the second lockdown, that now you can see that the north of England is more affected. I think that comes more into relevance, and I think I think it will be seen most probably in the outcome of how it will impact, like comparing to the south, and even considering London. I think it will be of a higher impact in the north. So yeah, it will be interesting to follow the statistics on casualties, on people dying, and also in economic terms. Yeah.
We have a question from Katie, who's just very keen to see your articles. So she's asking whether you can share them after this talk. If you have a moment.
Yeah, sure. I will. It's speakdata.com, but I will just after my talk, I will put in there the direct link, and then you can see directly in there. Also, you play with the tableau, and even you can type in there your town, and then you will see that it will directly highlight to the town that you are living, so you can spot them. Whereabouts are you in the graphic?